Tas activity, ma'am.
Hello, iPad. Okay
Di
na.
mo eh. Sige, okay na. So, good morning, everyone. Today, we will be discussing the principles of firefighting. So, next, please. So, this chapter will pin out the main features of a good firefighting plan. Firefighting has been and always will be one of the main objectives of fire protection. A well-manned, well-equipped, and well-trained fire department provides a solid base upon which effective firefighting depends. The strategy and tactics used to suppress fire evolved from this base. So, siya. Structural firefighting. So, one is initial procedures. So, sounding the alarm, the crew member who discovers, receives the fire alarm must sound the alarm promptly. So, the crewman who sounds the alarm must be sure to give the exact location of the fire, information regarding the type of fire, and the exact location may indicate the need of fast and immediate response. So next, please. So firefighting procedures and strategy. So size up the evaluation and observation of the fire seen on the following. So class of fire. What combustible materials are burning, and next is the appropriate extinguishing agent to be used. So as you can see in the picture, so natay class A, B, C, D, and K. So for the class A, ordinary combustibles, which are the wood, paper, and cloth. The B is flammable liquids, the grease and oil paint, solvents. And the class C is live electrical equipment and electrical panel, motor wiring, etc. And the D is combustible metal, which are the magnesium, aluminum, and etc. Next, last is the K. The class K is for commercial cooking equipment, cooking oils, animal fats, and vegetable oils. So, next is the appropriate method of attack will be discussed on the next slide, and how to prevent the extension of fire and the required manpower and fighting assignment. So the method, so attack is the method of action to gain immediate control to prevent or minimize the extension of fire to exposures. So we have two methods of attack, which are the direct method and indirect method. So direct method of Nyarakay. So direct method of control. So this method is very effective against natural cover fires, but can be used only on moderately hot fires. Either the sectional or the one lick attack may be used. And lastly, the indirect method of control. So this natural cover fire control method entails the use of fire breaks or barriers. Natural fire barriers consists of lakes, rivers, creeks, deserts, or bare rock formation. So next. So the following are the strategy used in firefighting. So one is to locate the fire, and number two is to confine the fire. Confining the fire simply means to restrict its spread to its point of origin, or at least to the area involved. Next is to extinguish the fire. So extinguishing the fire may take as little water as that used in a booster line, or it may take thousands of gallons played through heavy appliance. The decision rests upon the judgment, skill, training, and experience of the officer in charge. And lastly, the exposures. So the exposure is an action taken by the firefighters to cover or secure other buildings, people from exposing themselves near the affected area or danger from fire. So, in addition, an exposure during firefighting is a structure or its contents that can be ignited by a fire in an adjoining building or other exterior source. And also, firefighters use the term exposure hazard to identify a building that is not involved in a fire, but because of its condition, position, or contents can become a hazard. So next, please. So these types of ventilation will be reported by John Lloyd Bantilio. Ikaw na ba yung?
Ay
Sige,
guys,
Val.
pag open cam daw mo if mag-report.
Ingon si Ma'am kay.
Ay, mag-open cam ako.
Ingon si ma'am, mag-open cam daw if mag-report na. Thank you.
Sige. Banson. So, good morning everyone. So, this type of ventilation. So, first, I explain about the ventilation. So, ventilation is the intentional introduction of outdoor air into a space, and it used to control indoor air quality by diluting and displacing indoor pollutants. So we have three types of ventilation. So first, the vertical ventilation. So vertical ventilation is the removal of superheated air gases, smoke, and pressure inside closed or vent limited structure by cutting a hole in the roof. So example na ni kanang na-trap ka sa balay tapos wala kay gawsanan og ay aso, matrap ka, magbangag ka sa mga roof or na ibabaw sa inyong balay para makagawas ang aso. Then next is the cross horizontal ventilation. So also called wind effect ventilation. It's a natural method of cooling. The system relies on a wind to force cool interior into a building through an inlet like gable or an open window. So pinaka-basic ani kanang sa balay, kanang mga buildings nga na mga bintana, kung tayo na trap ka, makaabri ka og kuan mga doors or windows nga maggawasan sa aso. Then the last one is the mechanical force ventilation. The mechanical force ventilation is an process or method of ventilation whereby a device such as smoke ejector or utilized to remove faster excessive heat and dense smoke in a confined building. So makita na to ni siya sa mga factory kanang naigawasanan sa aso kanang fans or other mechanical plant na naigawasanan sa aso kanang mga itom na aso. Then next, so exposure, additional lang ni siya sa mga kwan. Exposure, extinguishment, and action or method performed by firefighters in putting of fire by means of extinguishing agents such as water or chemicals and foam. Then rescue, overhaul, and salvage. Next. Nakuha naman ni Val ganina. Next, Banson. So, in addition to the basic tactics, the following are also called. So, first, the rescue. Then we have overhaul, ventilation, salvage. Then, kung sa sunog, importante, makibalo punta sa ilang location. So, location, locating the fire sounds like a simple matter in an open lumber yard where flames are reaching over the sky. It is a simple matter, but finding and locating a fire in a room in a safe cellar of a 3-story dormitory or building which filed in dense smoke is not easy to task. So confining the fire is the next step. Strategy, judgment, skill, and experience must be used to the utmost to determine whether or not the fire is to be routine or a disaster. Confining the fire simply means to restrict its spread to its point or region, or at least to the area involved. Then last, the extinguishment. Extinguishing the fire may take as little water as that used in booster line, or it may take thousands of gallons, may played through heavy appliance. The decision rest upon the judgment, skill, training, and experience of the officer in charge. So, next na Banson.
Kay, pakibalik mo na
So,
doon,
mo na
Kay.
siyang
Ay, sino
Ay, si Ken.
Ayan. Yan, Ken. Ito siya, everyone. Di ba, as you can see, sige, mention si Ang as well as si Bantilio as to the knowledge or skill of the firefighters in extinguishing a fire. Ay, marinig ba ako? Sorry. Narinig ako?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
mataas pa lang mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Yun siya. Balik-balik no, naka-mention nila tong skills and knowledge of the firefighters. Of course, when we respond in a specific fire incident, you really have to observe the area. Dili man ta magpataka dahil ng sulod no, like what happened atong sa Lavernda. Kinahanglan, we need to observe first the place as well as the structure kung unsa ang nasunog. For us to know unsa ato ang dapat buhaton, especially sa pag-confine sa kalayo. So sa confinement natin, ang ginaingon ani sa confinement, it is just only focus on the temporary confinement of the fire para di dayon siya ana kapaspas mo kulanap or mag-spread ang fire. So mao nang ginaingon nila nga confinement na word. So sa pag-confine nato sa isa ka kalayo, for example, kung naa ka sa inyong balay, paano man nimo siya i-confine? Sige daw, Bantilio, paano ka mag-confine kung nasunog inyong balay? Anyone from the group, paano kayo mag-confine ng kalayo pag nasunog inyong balay?
Basaon mo tong mga tapad niya nga wa pa sunog.
Yes, pwede din siya. Pwede nyo basaon daan. Mao na ginabuhat usay sa mga firefighters, labi na kanang dugol ang balay. Or pwede din kung sa inyong balay na sunog, pwede niyo siradaan ang inyong window or ang inyong portahan. Pag magawas mo sa inyo ha, para dili dayon siya mo dali mukulayap ang kalayo. So next, go ahead group 1.
Ayun mo na kayong? Sige. So next, the factors to be considered in extinguishment. Okay, next. So these are the factors that we need to consider katong as what ma'am said kanina na before ang mga firefighters musulong sa kalayo is need sa nila ni i-observe ang time of the day, weather, the fire, occupancy, and ventilation. So next. Time of the day. The hour of the day can have a direct bearing on the life and fire hazards involved. So example, ani, if ang sunog is nahitabo og udto, then as we all know na every udto is init jud kaayo na siya. So in ana, kung the more na high ang temperatures, ang humidity niya is high pod. So tungod ani, maglisod or dili dayon mapalong sa mga firefighters ang kalayo. So we should always remember na itanaw nato ang time of the day before sa firefight. Before mag-take og action ang mga firefighters. So next. Next is the time also has a direct bearing on the speed of the response of firefighting and rescue vehicle. So ang best example ani is when kanang rush hour go, di ba as we all know na rush hour is daghan kaayog mga sakyanan like bumper to bumper. So maglisod jud og agi ang mga fire trucks masking naana sila wangwang or kanang ilahang tingog gud nila. Pero dili jud na to maiwasan na if rush hour, dili jud dayon sila makalusot-lusot diretso. So ang ang disadvantage ani niya is kanang pag-abot usahay na ay time na pag-abot dito sa fire scene is dako na jud kaayo ang kalayo. So next. So next is during hours of darkness, special lighting equipment may be needed. Night operations may require auxiliary firefighting personnel. So kani if diri kaning time of the day kaning diri sa letter C is medyo lisod ni siya labi na kung gabi mahitabo ang sunog, di ba? As we all know na kung gabi total darkness jud atong makita. Then kung sa gabi ang fire, so maglisod og distinguish or maglisod og distinguish ang ato ang mga firefighters kung asa ang sunog kay ang di ba sa sunog is black smoke man jud na siya, so black smoke then total darkness is maglisod jud og distinguish. So diri pod if gabi na ang ato ang mga fire trucks is naani sila mga lighting equipments. So sa mga gagmay nga fire trucks, ang tawag sa ilahang lighting equipments is light bar. Then sa mga dagko is auxiliary search. So as you can see in the video na siya suga dira o so mao na ilang ginagamit na lighting equipment para sa gabi. So next is the weather. So the temperature, humidity, wind, and precipitation. So there is a temperature or humidity. The more na taas ang temperature, so the more na taas pod ang humidity. So dire, ang example dire is kanang kunyari ang atong mga firefighters kay tungod taas ang temperature gani, so taas pod ang humidity. So kung magpabomba na sila ang tubig kay tungod taas lagi, so ang tubig dali lang kayo siya mag-evaporate. So kung ang tubig na ginabomba dito sa fire scene is dali lang mag-evaporate, so meaning ana dugay pud mapalong ang kalayo. So mao ni siya ang exact second. So mao ni siya sa temperature and humidity. So there is a letter C is wind and precipitation. Dire ang mga firefighters is dili sila basta-basta mosulong sa kalayo, tanaw pa ni gani katuingon ni ganina na i-observe sa ang fire scene. So dire kay dili baya na basta-basta mosulong ang mga firefighters kay always sila ginabalo kung asa padulong ang wind, kay kung ang wind padulong sa right, so bawal sila musugat sa kalayo. So mubomba sila dito sa left side para ang wind kay kung sugato nila ang wind niya ang kalayo pud is padulong sila, so maglisod jud mga disgrasya pa and everything. So kunyari ang wind is padulong sa right, so ang atake sa mga bombero is dito sila sa left manukod. So next is the ventilation. It is a method used for clearing the building of smoke and gases, localize the fire and reduce smoke and foreseeable entry damage. So dire na-explain ni kaganina ni Mr. Bantilio na ang mga ventilation is usually makita nato na natin makita ng mga ventilation na kanang naagod sa atop. Like for example, katong naa sa UM Bolton, kanang sa taas sa gym niya, naa siya murag ka na kaning nasa picture o muraging ana ba or usay ka na ganing makita na to sa mga Muslim or mosque ba na kanang murag nagod siya ing ana muraging ana ang iyang naong ba. So ang ventilation, ang purpose ani niya is para ang mga smoke or naay sunog is kanagan murag makahungaw siya. So next, so dire kay si Bon siya na ang nag-report, so ito lang.
Wait lang, kaipinsan ako kay Ken. Okay, good morning everyone. So my topic for today is the continuation of the factors to be considered in extinguishment. So there are 6 factors to be evaluated at the fire crime scene. So first is the extent of fire. Second, its location in the building, the types of the content involved, the life hazards, the fire conditions, and lastly, the type of construction. So first, the extent of fire should be evaluated because this is the area covered by the fire. And in order to identify the extent of fire, satellites can be helpful to map it. This will help the firefighter to indicate easily what are the areas that can be rescued or what are those things that have been damaged or destroyed by the fire. So there will be a thermal infrared sensors of the satellites that can detect heat, and thereby they can pinpoint the exact locations of fires, and data acquired through the charter may be passed on to firefighters on the ground within a matter of hours, providing helpful assistance for their efforts in locating and combating fires. So next is its location in the building. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Bunch.
Wala na next.
Ken?
Next na ko, its location. So its location in the building, so it should be evaluated because the location of a building will help the firefighters to indicate properly the point of entry and exit to locate what particular area has been burning. And it would be easier for them to know its location because this will guide them to the right direction in order to save people or other things. Also, this will allow ample time for firefighting and rescue operations and to minimize monetary losses. Next. So, the factors also to be evaluated at the fire crime scenes are the types of contents involved. So there are materials in which it contains dangerous content. For example, the materials contains asbestos. So asbestos is a group of six naturally occurring minerals composed of soft flexible fibers and are hesitants. So it can be found in the ceiling tiles, floor tiles, undamaged laboratory cabinet tops, fire doors, and such. So if the asbestos ceiling tile is drilled or broken, it may release fibers into the air in which it can cause disease. And then the next one is the life hazards. So it should be evaluated at the fire crime scene since the materials contains asbestos. The primary life hazard to the firefighter is inhalation. So asbestos fibers can be reduced by wetting down the area. Once these contents being inhaled by the firefighters, their body cannot break down or remove once they are lodged in the lung or body tissues. So they remain in place where they can cause the cause of disease of asbestos contents is asbestosis, lung cancer, and mesothelioma. In that particular reason, firefighters should be Ayaw sabo. Ay, sabo. On this, mama ko, ama. Um, sorry. In that particular reason, firefighters also should observe safety precautions such as wearing a respiratory mask with a filter and bagging uniforms and washing them separately. If breathing apparatus or self-contained breathing apparatus is available, then use it to avoid such diseases. So next is the fire conditions. Hello. So the fire conditions should be evaluated at the crime scene in order to know what routine caution should be taken. Firefighters are expecting to have changes in fire conditions, including a slow of fire spread, low intensity, moderate, high, and even extreme conditions of fire, and to combat the fire. For this reason, there should be limitations extinguishing the fire. Yes, there is a direct attack of it, and it would be really difficult but possible to do if reasonable safety should be executed first and be ready for the possible outcome. The next is type of construction. So firefighters are at increased risk of death and injury due to trauma while working inside a common residential occupancy. So extreme fire behavioral and the failure of the building from collapse is frequently a causal or contributing factor in traumatic fatalities during structural firefighting operations. So safe and effective ground operations requires knowledge of building construction. It is because there have been collapses involving basement fires that have led to firefighter entrapment and death. Firefighters must understand the dangers of any structural component exposed to their wreck, regardless of the component material, especially when there are large amounts of stored items, such as furniture or other items within the area. And that is why it is important to consider that all building components must be designed, installed, and maintained properly in order to perform their tasks accordingly without further hazard to happen during their operation. So next is occupancy. So determine the number of people that occupy the building, including the materials that are found in it. Also note the nature of the occupancy. Sorry. Also note the nature of the units occupying the building to know the casualties and damages brought by the fire. In that particular reason, all fire incidents is necessary to examine the conditions present and determine if the risk of attempting to save lives outweighs the danger of putting out the fire with an interior attack. Regular inspection, testing, and maintenance should be made for safer working and living environments so employees, residents, and guests are protected. So that would be my report. And the next reporter would be the types of ventilation by Clarice Baon.
Ako sa una.
Sige. So,
Okay.
good morning. Ay, okay na?
Ay, ako na.
Ay, ako una, oy. Ako pa,
Ako?
Brian. So, sige na. Next. So, good morning, everyone. The topic that I would be discussing is all about the two types of ventilation. So, what are the two types of ventilation? These are the natural ventilation and mechanical ventilation. So, first, natural ventilation. Next.
Sige.
So natural ventilation is a process of supplying and removing the air through an indoor space without using mechanical system. And it refers to the flow of external air to an indoor space as a result of pressure or temperature. So specifically, natural ventilation is the use of wind causes from our surroundings. So, and also it is the amount or a power to create air movement in and out of the building or in our home. So without using mechanical ventilation. So later we would be discussing mechanical system ventilation. So as we can see below, there are benefits of natural ventilation. So first is improved indoor air quality, energy savings, reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, occupant control, reduction and occupant illness associated with sick building syndrome, increased worker productivity. So next is mechanical ventilation. So mechanical ventilation is a system circulate fresh air using ducts. So ducts mo sa itong mga ay ano siya kana murag pipe siya or something tube. Wait lang. And fans rather than relying on airflow through small holes and cracks in the wall, roof, or windows. We can breathe easier knowing that has a good ventilation. So, ang mechanical ventilation, gina-consider siya as a treatment to every person or individual to breathe when they find it difficult or unable to breathe in their own. So, mechanical ventilation, it pushes airflow into the lungs of a person for them to breathe. So, as well as nagyapon siya benefits of using mechanical ventilation, which is better indoor air quality, can remove pollutants, allergens, and moisture that can cause mold problems. More control, provide proper fresh air flows along with appropriate location for intake and exhaust, improve comfort, allow a consistent flow of outside air into the home and can be provide can be provide filtration, dehumidation, and conditioning of the incoming outside air. So next, bangot.
Saan yun? Sagot. Kusok. Ako. Ako yun. Next is the type of ventilation. There are three types of mechanical ventilation: the exhaust only ventilation, the supply only ventilation, and the combination or balanced ventilation. The first ventilation is the exhaust only ventilation. This ventilation is uses upon to move inward air out of your home. It is installed outside of your home while outdoor air is drawn in through leaks. Some benefits of these types includes the low cost of installation and maintenance, but there are also several drawbacks. For one, exhaust-only ventilation can draw contaminants in your home from areas such as an attics or closed space, and could also move moisture from the outside into a wall cavity, and that then lead to problems such as root and molds. This exhaust only ventilation is responsible only on the exhaust. Ginagawas lang niyang responsible for kanang ginagawas lang niya ang hangin. Ginagawas lang hangin. Then ang supply only ventilation, this type of ventilation is the opposite of exhaust only. As instead of pushing indoor air out, it draws outdoor air in using a fan. Ginasuyop niya ang hangin para ma-ventilate ang sulod sa balay. The indoor are escaped through the system and exhaust fan ducts as well as the building enclosed. The outdoor air comes into the single source that is chosen specifically for the high air quality, which can be benefits for people seeking clean air in their home. Furthermore, this type has a low installation cost and reduced contamination that can be drawn in the building enclosure. Supply only, murag kani siyang gina-install by the use of electricity like fans or aircon to ventilate inside the air. Then the circulation system such as ceiling fan, which create internal air movement, helps a person breathe when it difficults them to breathe their own. Siyang supply only. Then ang balanced ventilation is a combination of two. Supply siya then makagawas exhaust. The third type of ventilation combines the other two by using fans to draw air both into and out of the building. This system has all benefits of exhaust only and supply only, such as reduce contamination and control air supply without many of drawbacks like humidity in the walls. However, the cost is highly than the other option. It's like what you can see in the picture. Na siya ka ng inlet fresh air inlet or nagasulod ang hangin, din na po siya exhaust air outlet like kana sa mga factory kanang ginabutang or nang magtuyok-tuyok diha ginagawas ang hangin. That is muna ang balanced ventilation, and that's all. Next. Sunod.
Ako.
Good morning, ma'am. So, my report today is advantages of ventilation. So, madungog ko, ma'am.
Nawala ang PowerPoint.
Apa man?
Okay, day.
Wala. Sige. So,
Okay na.
when we talk about advantages of ventilation, so, kung overall na advantages ang atong istoryahan, so, if you have ventilation, it can help remove stale air and replace it with fresh air. Also, it helps to moderate internal temperatures as well as reduce accumulation of moisture, odors, and other gases. But take note, you have no control of the airflow unless you have a good ventilation. So, karon ang atong istoryahan is unsay mga advantage pag nakay ventilation kung magsunog. So, first is AIDS rescue operation. So, having proper ventilation makes the rescue of the victim safer and faster because the hindrance or problems, which are the smokes and gases that are bad to the occupants trapped, are now lessened or have been removed. So second is speed attacks and extinguishment. So basically smoke, gases, and the heat are now removed from the building and making the firefighters to move fast and locate the area and proceed with extinguishment. It will also reduce the danger of asphyxiation, so meaning the state of being deprived of oxygen, which can result to unconsciousness or worse, death because of suffocation. So other advantages will be discussed by the next reporter, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. So I'm Realian S. Dalipe, and in continuation of the reporter, I'll be report the advantage of ventilation. So the next one is next bre.
Ano mga par?
Next good. Okay. Tama. So the next one is reduce property damages. So in rapid rapid extinguishment of fire, reduce property. So bali ang kay na extinguish naman siya, bali males ang damages. So bali na apula dayon ang sunog. So the next one is reduce mushrooming. So if we say mushrooming, kini ang kanang mao ni siya ang pagkalat gay sa kalayo kanang murag ni dako gid sa maayo. So pag well ventilated ang isa ka building, ma-reduce niya ang mushrooming. So bali ang ma-prevent niya ang critical situation na kanang murag mo init gani ang sulod. So bali pag well ventilated siya nasunog then murag less niya ang possibilities nga mas mulala pa ang situation. So mao lang to.
Wala mo ang report, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions? Q&A muna tayo before ako mag-output. Q&A muna tayo. Everyone. Di man ko makashare, no? Sabi na ko makashare screen ko. Wait lang dapat.
Present now?
Ayan, present now. Open forum na tayo, everyone.
Kami mong i-ask, ma'am.
Oo. Classmates, who wants to ask question? Regarding sa ilang topic.
Wala daw, ma'am.
Sige, everyone, mag-send ako ng recorded mamaya or tomorrow morning para sa ventilation natin. Kasi ang exam natin, maraming lalabas about sa topic ng group 1. So tama yun, no? Kanina, ang sabi ni Kai, in rescue operation for a fire incident, i-consider jud nato ang kanang time of the day. So, ang pinakalisod nga i-extinguish or palungon ang kalayo is during unsang orasa or unsang part sa adlaw. Anong oras nga yon? So, yon. Ang pinaka-delikado is ang udto or mga alas 12 hangtod alas 3 sa hapon. Kaya tungod sa kainit. So, in responding the fire scene, kinahanglan sa nimo i-considered ang direction of the wind na ginatawag. If ang hangin is padulong sa imuha or in the right side, asa man ka magpabuto og kanang tubig? Sa right side pud ba?
Left, ma'am.
So dapat sa pikas ka magpabuga og tubig. Ngano man kay?
Kay para dili nimo masugat ang kalayo gud ma'am niya para less accident siya ma'am ba.
So ayun siya. So of course, kay naay mahitabong bite back or pwede talo nimo tanang kainit or ang kalayo during the fire incident. Actually, daghan pa man tag dapat i-considered labi na pag rescue na ta or magpalong ta og kalayo. So tama po tong giingon ni Bonsha, upon reaching the fire scene, you have to identify unsa siyang structure nga gawa. Kahoy ba siya or it is made up of cement. Tama din yun siya. You have to identify pila ka occupants ang naa dito. Like sa nahitabo, di ba? Very common karon or sikat sa Facebook katong nahitabo sa Laverna katong last good na sunog. So kato siya, daghan kayo to siya og mga gipang considered si firefighters. As you can observe on the video, kung nakita man to ninyo, dili jud basta-basta makasulod ang firefighters as to kato na scene. Of course, i-consider po nila ang structure sa ilang balay. Paano nga ba sila makapasok dito if ang ilang balay is made up of grills, walang opening sa loob, walang opening din sa labas. Even though mingon ka nga, ma'am, pwede man to nila gabason, pwede bitaw nila gabason, pero dili man nila magabas-gabas tungod sa kainit. So, daghan patag i-consider dito nga incident. Pwede man po sila magbuhat o ventilation nila. So, sa ventilation natin, everyone, pag may tag ventilation, it is a procedure or firefighting rescue operation in which ang kalayo or ang init sa sulod sa balay, kinahanglan nimo siya pagawason. Mao na ang ventilation. Pagawason ang kainit para makahungaw ang nasa sulod. O para ma-lessen ang temperature ang naa dito. So sa ventilation naman natin, mayroon tayong tinatawag na vertical and cross ventilation. So later, mag-send ako ng PowerPoint presentation or sa next meeting natin, i-discuss natin ang ventilation nga term. As well as katong term kaganina nga mushroom, salvage, ba yun, o uban pa. So any questions before we close our meeting? Ayaw mo kaulaw?
Wala na, ma'am.
Okay, if you have no other questions, pwede na i-close, Kai. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ako sa link, Kai.